Hi children, we're going to read another story about DigiDuck today. This time it's about people who we might talk to when we're on the internet or online. DigiDuck's famous friend. It was morning and DigiDuck was getting ready for school. "Mummy," he called as he flew downstairs in a flap, "we need to go." "Goodness dear," exclaimed Mrs. Duck, gathering up the last of their things. "What is all this excitement about?" "Mrs. Goose said we're going to have a special visitor today. Someone famous is coming to school." Duck quacked with delight. "Wow," said Mrs. Duck. "I wonder who it is. I can't wait to hear all about it this afternoon." In the classroom, Mrs. Goose gathered the children together. "We're going to play a game. You have to guess who our visitor is by asking them questions." "But how will we do that?" asked Crazy_Cat. "Are they hiding somewhere for us to find them? In the playground, maybe?" wondered Shy Sheep. "Actually, our special guest has already arrived," she said. "They're waiting for us in the hall. What we're going to do first, though, is talk to them on the internet." "Wow!" said all the children. Mrs. Goose continued, "You can ask as many questions as you want to help guess who it is. So have a think with a friend, and when we're ready, we'll type our questions here and wait for the reply." Cool.Cow raised a hoof. "What sort of questions shall we ask?" "Our guest has said that you can ask them anything except for their personal information," replied Mrs. Goose. A puzzled look swept across the children's faces. "What does that mean?" asked DJ-Dog. "Personal information means the important things about you that only your close friends and family should know, like your name, your age, and where you live," explained Mrs. Goose. After some enthusiastic discussions, the children were ready. Mrs. Goose began by writing a message. "Hello, how are you today? Thank you so much for coming to visit us. I know you're extremely busy." And the reply came, "I'm very well, thank you, and excited to be here too." Duck asked the first question. "Are you very famous?" "Well," replied the visitor, "I'm known by many hundreds of children and adults too, so I suppose that makes me quite famous, yes." "Amazing," gasped the children. "Do you like sports?" asked Crazy_Cat. "Definitely," replied the mystery guest. "I'm brilliant at tumbling and turning." "Oh," said Duck, "maybe it's Philippe_Frog. He's so good at diving. He won a gold medal." "Or perhaps it's Holly_Hedgehog, said Shy-Sheep with a smile. "She's a gymnast, and that's what they do best." Cool.Cow asked the next question. "Do you like playing games?" "I love games," came the reply, "especially when I can play with other people." "I think I know who it is," said Cool.Cow. "It must be Pip.Parrot. She's on TV and knows all about children's games." "Hang on," said Footy_Fox. "It sounds to me like Bella the Badger. She's my favourite footballer, and you need lots of people for a football team." "I think we need some more information," said Mrs. Goose. Proud.Pig waved a trotter in the air. "I know! What are your brothers or sisters' names?" "I can't answer that one, I'm sorry," said the mystery guest. "That's personal information that I must keep private." Proud.Pig thought for a moment. Okay, how did you get here today? And, what's your favourite colour?" added Duck. The answer soon came back. "I've flown a long way to get here, and my favourite colour is grey." "They've come by aeroplane!" cried Crazy_Cat. DJ-Dog's eyes grew wide. "It's Rhyming_Rabbit! It must be! She's come all the way from America just to see us. She's my hero!" Digiduck looked confused. Now I'm not sure who it is. We all think it's someone different. Shall we go and see? Asked Mrs. Goose with a big grin. Yes! Shrieked the children, unable to contain their excitement. Mrs. Goose typed the last message. We're on our way, she wrote. Once the class were calm and quiet, Mrs. Goose led them into the hall. The children walked in, their mouths opened in disbelief. The stage was empty, apart from a single chair at the side where Wise_Owl was sitting. The children looked around, wondering who their mystery guest was and where they'd gone. Wise_Owl stood up and began to speak. Hi everyone, it was fantastic to talk to you online. I really enjoyed answering your questions. Mrs. Goose watched the children's faces as they realised what had happened. It's you, said Digiduck. You're our special visitor. Wise_Owl nodded. But we were talking to someone famous, said Shy-Sheep, picturing their favourite celebrities on the stage. Absolutely, smiled Wise_Owl. I'm in charge of the family farmyard website, so thousands of children know and love me. But we thought you were coming from America, said DJ-Dog. I said I had flown a long way, replied Wise_Owl, but I used my wings and, of course, my screen. The children thought about what the famous visitor had said and realised that they had believed what they wanted to be true. Wise_Owl was often tumbling and turning, but he wasn't a gymnast or a diver. He played all the family farmyard games, but he wasn't a footballer or a TV presenter. He was definitely grey, but he wasn't a young rabbit who loved to rap. Mrs. Goose and I wanted you to see something very important, he said with a serious voice. When you're talking to someone on the internet, you can't always be certain who it is. Unfortunately, not everyone tells the truth online, and people can pretend to be someone else. So what should we do? Asked Digiduck. It's best only to speak to people that you know in the real world when you're online, like your friends and your family. Sometimes people might ask you to do something that you're not sure about, like add them as a friend, send a photo of yourself, or meet up with them. If any of these things happen, or anything else worries or upsets you, then tell an adult that you trust straight away. Digiduck and his friends listened carefully to Wise_Owl's advice, and he spent the rest of the day helping them. They really enjoyed his visit, and he quickly became their most famous and favourite friend of all. Okay, children, I'd like you to have a little think about the story. I'd like you to think about why you think Digiduck was excited to go to school in the morning, and why the mystery guest does not answer Proud.Pig's question about his brothers and sisters' names. I'd also like you to think about why Digiduck and his friends were surprised to see Wise_Owl on the stage, and also think about what you learnt from the story about staying safe online.